Hey, Shalom. First of all, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give a double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, who has taught me this truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, who teach this truth, and who risk their life to do so. Quick video I'm gonna get into basically is that the heathens they got us under their rule right now. And when I say heathen, I'm talking about Esau all the way down, man. They got us under their rule, and they think that the Most High is with them, and the Most High is not with them. The Most High is not with them. He's going to redeem his people. He said, Jacob he loved, man. Esau he hated. Who's Esau? That's the heathen who's in power right now, which is who? The so-called white man, the wicked. The Lord is going to redeem us, man. And when I say by us, I'm Lord willing, I'm speaking that I'm Lord willing, I'm part of that number, the 1/3 and 144,000. But the Lord is going to redeem his people, Jacob, man. And it's going to be a beautiful thing to see. It's going to be a beautiful thing to be a part of. Lord willing, I'm a part of that. This is Baruch 4, and I saw that 6. It says, "You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath." Now, how do we move the Most High to wrath? We broke the law, statutes, and commandments. The Israelites broke the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That was given to the Most High, that was given from the Most High, that we were supposed to live by, man, and teach. The law, statutes, and commandments are supposed to be our way of life, and we're supposed to pass that down to our children. Through generation to generation. That's supposed to be the way of life, man. But what do? We took upon and we did what the other nations was doing. Which is what? Gang banging, doing drugs, being thugs, following false doctrines, praising gods that don't exist, other nations' gods, and we didn't look for our power. So therefore, he turned his back. He turned his back, and this is the situation that we have now, but he's going to redeem us. In due time, it says, "You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies." Right, and who's the enemies? Right, those heathen nations are the enemies, man. And it tells you, when you go into Isaiah 60, it tells you that our enemies are going to build up our kingdom, man. The heathens, man. And just to back that up, because this is not about everybody hold hands ceremony. Nah, hell no. Not everybody partook in this in the hell that we caught. When you go to Deuteronomy 28, those curses, these nations, the other nations didn't partake in those curses, man. They didn't have to go through that shit, but now they're gonna have to go through that. Because they shall also drink of the cup as well. This is Psalms 83 and 5. It says, "For they have consulted together with Salat." This is Psalms 83 and 3. It says, no way, I'll say 2. It says, For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. Right, and you got to have a hatred towards the people to make that comment, or to want to cut off the people as far as being a nation, man. That's why these fucking nations got a lot to fucking pay for, man. It says, "For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee." And then when you go down to 6 and 7, it gets in 8 on down. It gets to naming these heathens, man. So you motherfucking right. Y'all got a lot of shit to pay for, man. The scripture said that if they could basically deceive the elect, they would have, but they can't. You know, it's going to be a remnant of the Most High's people who's going to be back and who's going to teach and preach Yahweh Shai. Because we was fed some bullshit, man. We was fed Jesus Christ. We was fed Jehovah. Right? You were fed lies used to deceive you that don't even match up with the scriptures. You know, when you get into Revelation and things of that nature, you understand that, you know, this is all white supremacy that they've done. First Maccabees 3:48, right? Let me get that real quick. First Maccabees 3:48 says, "And laid open the book of law, wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images." Right there. And what did they do? They did paint the likeness of their images. And what's one of the main images that they painted? To the likeness, the one y'all call Jesus Christ. See, there's no Jesus Christ. It's Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. That's his name in Hebrew. He was a Hebrew man. He had a Hebrew name. The letter J didn't exist. I believe until the 1600s, man, and he came way before that, you know. So you have to tap back into your power that they've taken away from you. How come if it wasn't so powerful what we're doing, how come it makes people so mad? You know, how come people feel so threatened when we say that the Most High is a so-called black man, and his son is a so-called black man, and his men are so-called black men? Why do people get so offended? Because it's the truth. It's the truth. You know? It's the truth, man. You know, you get offended because it's the truth. Let me get down to, you know what, Maccabees goes into it too. But let me go into my notes real quick. And let me get this. The couple scriptures I was planning on getting. Right, this is Baruch 4 and 6. No, I already got Baruch. This is Psalms 50 and 21. It says, Psalms 50:21. It says, "Thou sittest and speakest." No, I started at 20. So like, it says, "Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son." Right, and that's what Esau does. That, you know, these things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Though thoughtest that I was altogether such in one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. And the Most High Yahweh is doing that, man. He's reproving us and setting us up before the eyes of our enemies, man. You know, he's doing that, man. You know, and we're getting set up before the eyes of our enemies. You know, brothers are coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, brothers are teaching. Brothers are pushing out the name. Brothers are waking brothers up. You know. Let me go to this real quick. You know, brothers are getting right. Brothers are walking that straight gate. Brothers are, you know, forsaking their old ways, their worldly ways, you know? Why? It's to hope that we have salvation, man. This is Jeremiah 30:11. It says, "For I am with thee, said the Lord Yahweh, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee. But I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished." Right. It says he will not make a full end of us. Right. Who is that thee? That's talking about Yasharallah. It says, "For I am with thee, said the Lord Yahweh, to save thee." Save us from what? From this destruction, from this hell that we're going through. You know, ultimately the missiles, man. You know, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee, and we are scattered abroad. Why? That's in the curses, man. You know, we've been in the we've been in the captivity under every nation, man. So you motherfucking right, they got a lot of shit to pay for. That's biblical, man. They have to pay for that, man. The scripture said there's no other captivity like the captivity of Jacob, roughly paraphrasing, you know? It says, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. Right, so he's correcting us. You know, he had to punish us, you know? And he's correcting us in front of our in front of our enemies, man. You know? Right in the land where in, I don't know, 1940, 1930, 1950, 1960, we would have got killed for, man. Hung for, shot for, beat down for, arrested for. Now, in 2019, we're preaching Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, not Jesus Christ, not Jehovah, not God, not none of that, man. Yahweh being the Most High, Yahweh Shai being the Son of the Most High, and us being part of the elect, Lord willing, I'm part of that number, joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, man. You know, to rule well, you know. But other than that, man, you know, that was just a quick video, a couple scriptures I want to get into. You know, the Lord, the Lord Yahweh Shai is coming back, man, to redeem his people, to redeem his elect men. And he's setting us up right now, building our nation right now, the government of our nation in front of our enemies, you know. And Lord willing, I don't want to write this out. Yahweh Shai bring an end to this. It's like yesterday, man. You know. But other than that, I hope brothers are edified. I want to say shalom.